Mr. Caulfield, so that'd be everyone unless... Yes, I don't think he'll come today. Well, then we can start. How about you, Holden?
If I really have to, everything's okay, but I don't understand why should I sit among all those odd-looking people.
Boy, I'm only trying to help you. Let's talk about your past. How was it? Could you describe it to me?
Gosh, past. Why past? It's a history and now we live in present. It's not worth resolving my past. Things changed and we have to get through it somehow.
I just kindly asked you a question, and I'd be happy if you told me what makes you so confused about your life.
Why does everybody think that I'm ill at ease? People are so foolish. Look at them. They look as if they wanted to eat me.
Mr. Caulfield, you're the only one insulting people here. Please, try to compose yourself.
Of course. Everybody's so good, and I'm the only one who is rude. I remember as all those classmates used to tell me.
Sorry, did you say something about your classmates? Tell me more about them.
I would say they were nothing but a bunch of phonies. And also that stupid education system. Every subject was full of unnecessary details, and everything they teach there is totally useless in real life. I did only what I felt like doing, and therefore I flunked most of my classes.
Why do you think the things that are taught in school are useless?
Pansy Crab was advertised as a school that would mold boys into splendid, clear-thinking young men, so it was obvious that it was full of crooks and phonies. The only thing this school was good at was bringing out the worst in students. Everybody cared only about themselves and was fake as hell. The only subject I somehow enjoyed was English, and it was mainly because I didn't have to do any work in class, except writing compositions every once in a while. However, the other subjects, I could not care less about them, nothing but wasting my time. If I was told to find some words to describe my classmates, I would have no nice notions for these people. One could never see such a phoniness and ego these people had. The more time I spent with guys at my dorm, the more they annoyed me. There's nothing strange on the fact that I had almost no friends. If I was a friend with those people, I think my head would blow up. Sometimes it seems like I was the only one who was thinking clearly with no phony ideas. I really wasn't a good friend or a student. I saw no significance in studying or doing my homework. So when they kicked me out of the school, it was the best damn thing that was ever happened to me.
Sleep tight in my rooms.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Hi.
Hi.
Give it Jack.
Well, you don't look old enough. Give me your ID.
Just give me some coke.
Sure.
Thanks. Hi, girls. Wouldn't like to dance with me?
Oh, look at this poor little fellow. Let's go swim.
Girls, I can't understand why people pretend to be the most important celebrities from all.
What?
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't be silly. Just take the shot.
Okay. Here you guys. I'm sorry, but I don't feel like talking to you today.
Sorry, Your Majesty. We didn't realize we were bothering you by our presence.
Just calm down, Daisy.
So, shall we move on? Who's next? Mr. Gray, tell us something about you.
My name is Gray, Dorian Gray. You must have heard of me. People talk about me a lot. They say that I'm egocentric, obsessed with myself, and that my only concern is my welfare. However, that's not true. None of the things I did were my fault. I was just living my life.
I'm so glad to see you, my dear Basil. People haven't seen you for almost a week. I was wondering, what is so important to keep you from going out?
I have been only busy those days, my friend. Nothing but much to do.
I see, always working. My dear friend, you should take some time off too. People may say you are turning a little mental. Never leaving your atelier, always staying near your pictures. That would be a fun one for tabloids.
I am working at one remarkable piece. It is nearly done. Don't worry, Strays will see me soon.
Oh, I see. That explains the mess. So, may I have a look? This is incredible. I've seen many of your works, but this one is...
Different?
Yes, this is definitely the best painting you've ever created. He's flawless.
He is more than that. He is pure, innocent, and he is depiction of goodness. He is too young to be broken, too young to be shaped by the society into its picture.
I really want to meet this young man, and you face to meet, I'm sure he would be glad to meet me too.
I'm not sure if I want you to meet him.
Oh my friend, what are you talking about? Why shouldn't I meet this young fellow? I don't see any sense in this statement of yours. You really seem to be jaded. You should...
Basil! Basil! Oh, Basil, my dearest friend, I didn't want to interrupt you. I can wait for you in the garden.
There's no need for that, Henry Wood, nice to meet you.
Dorian Gray, pleasure to meet you.
So tell me, boy, what do you think about Basil's painting? I really like it.
I was thunderstruck. Henry opened a door to a whole new world of ideas to me. He showed me how the society really works, what it gives to you and what you need to give to it in order to be something more. I wanted only one thing. I wanted beauty and youth in my favor, so I gave in my whole soul. Art is a form of self-expression. It is your portrait, your mirror, your reflection. You can't put in more than you are. That is exactly what I saw in the theater. The one in the slums. All the stupidity and disgust of the poor actors could be seen. I couldn't enjoy the play, not until she came. She was different. She was worth my attention. She was beautiful, but not extraordinarily. She had a nice dress, but it was just as any other dress. She had a voice, and the voice expressed her. It was a voice of many emotions. She was happiness in melancholy, anger in love, and passion in itself. It was a perfect romance. We were young and crazy in love. Nothing could stop us in having the time of our common life. We would meet frequently in streets, in the theater, at her rehearsals. She was lovely and her acting was incredible. But then something went wrong. She was weird. She screwed every play she possibly could. She couldn't deliver her lines and always seemed to be distracted. She spent majority of her time with me and didn't care about her new plays she was supposed to learn. She would be rather looking at me for an hour than learn a single line. Her beauty was fleeting away with her voice. Her voice, which was her self-expression, expressed nothing but idiocy. She was not the woman I loved anymore. I was disgusted. When I found out about her death, I was devastated at first. I didn't know what to do with myself, but Henry taught me something. Sybil's death was an artistic triumph. She was a personified tragedy, my own piece of art. I started meeting Henry more frequently. He gave me a little yellow book. In it were described exploits of a young Frenchman. He was not bound by the society, he was free. The more I read, the more I became like it. Years passed and I was living a life as a well-known figure. They knew me as the living miracle, staying young for years. They were me as the womanizer. They knew me as the one to be afraid of, the one who walked in mysterious paths. But I liked my bohemian life. I enjoyed the parties, the women, the money and the attention. I enjoyed everything until I came back home.
Dorian, you really haven't changed, just the way you were years ago.
What do you want, Basil? I really do not have time for this.
Oh, so you did change?
Move on to the subject, Basil.
I was just wondering if all those things people are saying about you are true.
So that's what you came here for? Really? You want to see my real soul? So follow me.
Who painted this thing?
Look at the signature, you old fool.
Oh my goodness, Dorian, what have you done to yourself, to your soul? You need to change your ways immediately. Stop this life of yours and beg God for forgiveness. Dorian, save yourself.
Oh, how clever you are. Is it as simple as that? Let me tell you a secret. I like it. The next night was confusing. I almost got killed for leading my life the way I did. I wanted to stop it. I wanted to be normal again. But what about the evidence of all the things I did? What would happen to me if I stopped? Would I turn into the monster in my attic? No. No, I couldn't allow that to happen. I needed my beauty. I needed it. It is my whole world. No. I needed to destroy the painting, the monster. I needed to be free of the evidence. I didn't want it to mirror my life. That's how I died. Actually, luckily I did die. The monster should have never ever lived at all.
Well, that was really heartbreaking.
Yes, Holden, your story was much deeper since you didn't tell us a single constructive thing.
And who you are? My mom? I don't have to tell you about anything.
For God's sake, could you finally shut up? You have missed your chance to tell us your story. And you, could you keep your comments for yourself? We are not here for them.
How about we just all calm down, take a deep breath.
I have to go right now. There are huge sales in Forever 21. Sorry, bye.
And who exactly was that supposed to be?
That was Mrs. Summers from her short story, A Pair of Silk Stockings.
Oh, come on, a short story? What kind of a problem could a character from a short story have? Not enough lines?
Actually, she had a shopping problem.
Obviously.
Well, once she starts shopping, she cannot compose herself, and word sale is a trigger word. Anyway, she chose her priorities. But Mrs. Buchanan, since you have so much to tell us, why don't you tell us the whole story?
It happened a long time ago. And to be completely honest, this story isn't really about me. It's the story of the love of my life fighting for me. Our love was destined to fail, although we would like to have thought differently.
Hello, damsel. I'm Jay Gatsby. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Daisy. Do I know you?
No, but I would like to.
Well, okay then. So tell me something about you. Who you are.
So now I'm serving in the military, but I'm from a wealthy family and my parents are...
I did not know who he was, but it was love at the first sight. He acted like a gentleman. I love his voice, smile, the way he presented himself. I've never met anybody like him. But it didn't last very long. We had the time of our lives, until the war came. He had to leave. But he promised he would come back for me. I know, I promised to wait for him. But as time went by, I lost my hope that he would ever come back. And then I met Tom. He was really nice to me. I knew that I would never meet somebody as perfect as Gatsby was, but with Tom, I could breathe again. I forgot about the pain I felt after Gatsby left. Tom asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
Look at our Mrs. Perfect, showing her true colors.
We met again after some time. Things were so different after all these years. My cousin Nick happened to know Gatsby. Nick moved to New York and he rented a house right next to Jay. They became friends. When I look back, it might have had something to do with the fact that Nick mentioned to Gatsby that he was my cousin.
Could I ask you for a favor, old sport?
Yes, of course. Hello, Daisy.
Hi, Nick! So, why did you ask me to come? And do you have a surprise for me? Why was I supposed to come alone? Please don't say you are in love with me. There's too much drama even for me.
No, nothing of the sort is going on. But there is a surprise waiting for you.
Say no more! I just endorse you.
Hi, Daisy.
Is it you, Jay? How? What are you doing here?
I promised you to come, so here I am.
I just can't believe it's you. After all this time, you didn't forget.
Of course I didn't. And did you forget about the...
We have so much to talk about.
And we talked, and it was as if we had never been apart at all.
It was just perfect. Picture perfect.
Yeah, just perfect. Perfect freeway date.
Do I have to ruin everything? But, to be honest, I ruined it all on my own. From this day on, we began spending almost every day together. Of course, my husband Tom was left out from the image, and I had no intention of telling him. However, Gatsby had a different opinion.
Daisy, you have to tell him. I don't want to share you with another man. It's tearing me apart when I see you with him. You have to tell him you never loved him.
I think you are right, Jay. We have to tell Tom about us, and the sooner the better.
Exactly. I'm so glad we agree on this. It has to happen as soon as possible. How about tomorrow? At the dinner at the hotel.
Oh, tomorrow? Okay.
Okay, so then tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the dinner?
Great.
Okay.
Well, the dinner was exceptionally good tonight. This drink will be perfect to close the evening.
Tom, Daisy and I have something to tell you. Isn't it so, Daisy?
Please don't.
Why not? Don't be afraid. Just tell him.
Tell me what? Daisy? Come on, talk to me.
Don't be afraid, Daisy. To tell you that she never loved you.
She what? Is that so? After all those years, Daisy, you know it is not true.
It is true. We met long before you even dreamed of her. We were in love and promised to wait for each other when I had to go to the war.
And look where it got you. She married me.
I didn't love you back then. I was still in love with Jay.
Daisy, you know it is not true. You know it is not true.
Daisy, please tell your husband you love me all the time.
You want too much. I love you now, isn't it enough? I did love him once, but I love you too.
You love me too?
Even that's a lie.
I couldn't take it anymore, so I left. They all came with me, Jay and I, in the car together. I was driving, and then it happened. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. I ran over a woman. I didn't even stop. Jay took over the wheel and we only stopped when we came to my house. I did not see him since then, but he took the blame on himself. And as that wasn't enough, he was killed. He was killed by the woman's husband. I couldn't take it. I just packed hastily and left with Tom. It was easier to pretend that I love him now, that there was no chance of another life. It took me quite some time to realize that I killed two people. I couldn't fix it. There is nothing left for me to fix.
It wasn't your fault. You couldn't.
How is it not her fault? There is no one else to blame.
I hate saying that, but he's right. Daisy is the only person to blame. Not that she only ran away, but she did not face justice.
I just want a second chance.
You get it. Tom was a second chance. But you are too greedy. And when mess something up, you are able to take responsibility.
Let's keep it human, shall we?
I'm sorry, I just want better for myself.
You knew what you did, and still you judge us. You judge that we tried to fix our mistakes, when all you did was just run away from yours.
You pride yourself in being a great classic, inspiring people, but look at you. You are just childish and selfish.
Who do you think you are, lecturing me about classics, when no one even knows your first name?
You are even a main character of your story. Who are you trying to convince of your importance?
How can you inspire a reader when all you are is a monster?
You are a monster!
I was a monster, but at least my book can tell a story. You can inspire people.
On that note, I don't think you have such a great message to say either. Solution of your story being a suicide and talking about running away?
Says the moody teenager who left school because no one gets him.
You don't get an opinion here, Holden. You haven't said a single thing about you. And by the way, how did you know he left school? You gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? Reading that stupid youth-shaping piece of garbage?
That's it, you just did it!
Boy, you really don't know how to pick your fight.
What are you doing?
What should I done at the beginning? Fight with this insane man if I can't even call him a man?
Hey, stop it!
So it's established for once and for all who is the greatest of us, who is the greatest classic of all.
Hey! Are you all insane?
I guess I'm a little late.
I just wanted a second chance.
You get it. That was our chicken 10.
Dobre, ja tak toto môže byť. Dobre, toto už je to fajn.
Vidíš, on sa chytá.
Povedz mi, kedy začať.
No poviem. Look at our Mrs. Perfect. Showing her clothes. Showing her true colors.
It's the story of the